line of the 2025 season. We've got J.K. Dobbins. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Broncos and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, it's that time of the year. A little bit more urgency. The calendar page turns to November. We kind of know who the good teams are. The midpoint of the NFL season, always a great time to take a step back and look ahead to what's down the road for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And I always felt, even as a player, that you never really knew how good you were as a team or how good everyone else around the league was until you kind of got to this point in the year. November, December football. That's really...
About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Houston. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
There wasn't really anything fancy about the performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take them.
And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
3rd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down.
You can see the confidence that this play caller has on his opening script. This is a textbook drive here to start the game. Nice job there by the back with a big gain. Sets up 1st and goal.
A run on 1st and goal. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. They'll turn and hand this one off. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble 2nd reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Here's Stroud. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Broncos offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Broncos.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll give it to Dobbins. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pickup there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. That's caught left side by Ingram. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Nix. That's caught once again by Ingram. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. A tight end in motion now. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Five yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. To throw is Nix. That is caught to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Broncos. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Broncos are out to a 10-0 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutt's going to send this one away. Here's Tremon Smith on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They will work the middle with Mixon. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On play action, Stroud. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. Got his man at the 6. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Broncos with the early lead. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll go play action with Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On 2nd down, Stroud. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
They'll try and run with Mixon. This defense standing up in the red zone. They stop him for no gain, and now it's 4th and goal.
Clearly trying to catch the defense by surprise, Mike. If the draw works, it's a touchdown. But being down here in the red zone, this is a tough spot on the field to get away with running that draw play.
A 27-yard attempt.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans are on the board. It's now 10-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Looked like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down. Back to the ground after the penalty. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have two or three that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
The tight end, Ingram, is on the move. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll work his way down inside the 30. Shooing off 7 yards on that one. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Second down and 3. They'll throw. It's Nix. The second down throw is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Texans offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail here by a touchdown, as this drive will start with a first down. To throw, it's Stroud. This one is caught by Kirk. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to Mixon. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
Stroud to throw here on first down. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Stroud to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Stroud. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. First and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Texans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On first down, it's Stroud. Got his man, it's Kirk. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
At the 48-yard line.
This one complete to Jordan. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos' 30-yard line.
A second down throw for Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing is Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
To the left side, and caught by Schultz. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Houston Texans. 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Mixon. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Here's Stroud. Good blocking, and he's in. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
He'll look deep, left sideline. So we have reached halftime here in this one. We'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Justin Herbert leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Drake May, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Here's Stroud. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. He's got his big tight end, Schultz. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. On the handoff, running left, it's Mixon. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. The linebacker, Jonathan Cooper, on the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. The Texans set to punt this one away. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. A run with Dobbins. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Here's Dobbins. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. That's Henry To'o on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
Got it into the hands of Mims.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Nix. He connects with Mims. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner out. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
A run here with Mixon. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On play action, Stroud. And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, this time at their own 8-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now it's Dobbins. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go play action with Nix. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
I think it's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
And he's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
A gain of 5. First down, Broncos.
They'll throw. It's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Nix from the gun on third down. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. A big-time play for the Broncos. 31 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll go with a counter on first down. They continue to roll, continue to move the chains. That was a gain of 15.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Here's a toss, right side. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Throwing, Nix. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On first down, it's Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Stroud. Throw on the run is complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up fourth down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
To return, it's Mims. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down. Operating from the gun, it's Stidham. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. A second down throw for Stroud. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Stroud avoids the contact as he slides to a stop after picking up the first down. This one is caught by Kirk. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Now, Stroud. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Stroud to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. His kick is good. He got it. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. A play fake. They'll throw with Stidham. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
Play fake now. Stidham. That is caught. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Adam Troutman. Touchdown, Broncos. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. That's on the big man, Cam Robinson. On 2nd down, Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time? Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right.
And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Houston. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
They look to run with Mixon, and he will get into the end zone. The two-point conversion is successful, and game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Broncos offense headed back to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Stidham. He'll dump this down to the fullback coming out of the backfield. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go play action here with Stidham. He'll take a shot with Mims. That is brought in. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 55 yards on the game.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Here's a run. Marked down at the 6. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. They'll go with him again. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. On 3rd and goal, they'll run for it. And the defense rallies to the ball, brings them down at the 5. It's 4th down. Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a 1-score game, but a little more breathing room now. So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. Here is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They have time to work with, but they have no timeouts. It's 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Got his man, it's Kirk. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. And he'll spike it here and stop it with 45 seconds to go. Here comes second down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, and a crusher there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up third down.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on fourth and long. Here's Stroud. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
So it is a win for the visiting Broncos. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.